Somebody call a doctor because bad medicine is back. That's the answer. This is the Appleton Oak. I'm Mason Quinn. Guys, tonight I am excited because we are starting book 2 of Avatar The Last Airbender. Episode 1, this one is called The Avatar State. Now, I love the way that the first one wrapped up, so I'm super excited to see our journey continue.
So now we get into book 2, Earth, and so now he's got to start learning his earthbending. I mean, he's not exactly the master of water, but he has Katara to help him out. And then, not quite yet, but we get introduced to a few new characters, and one who they asked on Patreon who my favorite was that hasn't been shown yet. Well, they'll be appearing pretty soon.
Oh, teasing us. Teasing us.
So we call in the business a teaser.
I really liked book 1. I thought it had a great ending to it. We did get to see a little bit of earthbending in book 1 with a couple episodes. Their trip down into the valley, the couple of tribes who originally hated each other. But yeah, book 1 was a lot of fun for me. You know, the really interesting thing for this is normally when we go from like a movie to a sequel, it's interesting, like, what's the time jump? Are the actors going to look older? You know, we've done some, Potter and Hunger Games, and where we have some younger actors, we get to actually see them grow in front of us, but with an animation. Maybe there's a time jump. Maybe the animation will make some of our favorite characters appear to be a little bit older, but this is going to be really interesting for me. Step number 2 in what is our first, animated series, anime series, whatever you like to call it here on Bad Medicine. So,
all right, so we're all ready, we're all willing, and we're all able to watch.
He almost forgot.
Number 2, Earth. So without further ado, let's go.
Hey guys, Bad Medicine is here, and we wanted to give you a quick update on what's going on with Avatar The Last Airbender. We've been seeing you guys in the comments, and everybody's wondering where it's at, so here's how it's going to go. We are going to have a little break in between books 2 and 3, the same way we did when we took a little break between books 1 and 2. And the reason we're doing that is so for the YouTube cuts, we can give you guys a 3 to 4 episode drop each week so that we can enjoy the journey, take it with you, and you guys don't have very much of a delay. So look for that going forward. We've been seeing you guys in the comments and love interacting with you.
Yeah, now make sure to check out the community tab. Diamond Dave has been doing a great job of keeping everybody updated with everything we have going on in the community tab. If you absolutely cannot wait to check out these episodes of Avatar The Last Airbender, you can check us out on Patreon. So Diamond Dave is getting those uploaded, generally speaking, before they go out on YouTube. So again, little bit of a break between books 2 and 3 for YouTube, but you can catch those releases early in full watch long format on our Patreon.
Whoa!
Oh, he's got to be
Dream
dreaming.
sequence.
Yeah, got to be. Got an angry Avatar.
Very, very angry Avatar.
Oh, we remember that
there's
guy.
There's our guy from.
Our Godzilla.
Okay, they're below deck on a boat.
Do you want to talk about it? I was in the Avatar state. It was scary.
Katara, I want you to have it.
Hey, there's our guy.
Yeah, so we're still.
The water has unique properties. Don't lose it.
Don't lose
Oh,
it.
you know what's going to happen.
These scrolls will help you master waterbending. Sokka,
Sokka's going sleeveless.
Yeah.
take care, son.
That's it? Not even
Come on.
General Fong will provide you with an escort to Omashu.
Appa, yip yip, say hi to Gran for me.
Sokka doesn't even get a new boomerang or something?
No.
Say hi to Gran, so he's gonna go.
Yeah, well, he said
Rekindle the old
they
romance.
said they were traveling north.
Yeah.
It's the anniversary, isn't it?
3 years ago today, I was banished. I want the Avatar. I want my father not to think I'm worthless.
Why would he banish you if he didn't care?
It's got to be hard staying that angry that long, just all the time, you know? Oh, is this going to be his sister? Is it?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. He said she was a natural, right?
Yep.
I'm afraid the tides will not allow us to bring the ship into port before nightfall.
Do the tides command this ship?
No, Princess.
Would the tides think twice about smashing you against the rocky shore?
No, Princess.
Maybe you should worry less about the tides, who've already made up their mind about killing you, and worry more about me, who's still mulling it over.
I'll pull us in.
Wow, we didn't waste any time finding out that she's completely ruthless and also moderately irrational.
Yeah, we're setting the tone.
Welcome, Avatar Aang.
He's up there rubbing his.
Appa, Momo, brave Sokka, the mighty Katara.
I like that.
Oh, they got
Wow,
fireworks.
quite the entrance.
You're ready to face the Fire Lord now.
What? Aang still needs to master all four elements.
He could defeat the Fire Lord now.
Aang can only do those things when he's in the Avatar state.
We could cut a swath right through to the heart of the Fire Nation. I'll help you figure out how to get into the Avatar state, and then you'll face your destiny.
Aang's pursuing his destiny his way.
A lot of people talking for him.
Yeah.
May I show you something? Every day the Fire Nation takes lives. You could end it.
Oh, he's a kid. Relax, dude. Well, I mean, he's 112 years old,
Yeah.
but he's a kid.
Oh, she got electricity?
General Fong,
Have you thought about our discussion?
I'm in.
Not ready.
I told the general I'd help him.
This is not the right way.
Why not?
I don't have time to do this the right way.
A lot of pressure. How many people can...
In an ordinary warrior, it improves strength and energy. In you, it may induce the Avatar state.
Well, what are they giving him? A monster?
That's what I'm thinking. Yeah, that's a monster, all right.
Am I talking too loud?
I guess he could talk the Fire Lord to death.
You know, they gave amphetamines to all the German and Russian soldiers in World War II.
That's true. Whoa.
Still not glowing.
This guy's going to lose his patience, I think.
Now I will join the four elements into one. Four elements together as one.
He just threw mud at him. He threw a bunch of earth, water, air. It's like, wait a minute, he's mixing the fire with the water.
Hello, brother, uncle.
Oh, no.
Have you become uncivilized so soon, Zuzu?
Don't call me that!
Oh, that's right. He always calls him Zuzu.
I've come with a message from home. Father's changed his mind. Father regrets your banishment.
Family.
You should be happy, grateful.
Father regrets?
I'll come to call on you tomorrow.
I think he still wants to get back in the way he wants.
The right way. Yeah, the way he thinks it's right.
And they're talking about doing things their way. Kind of see that on the flip side of it.
Watching you be in that much rage and pain is really scary. But I still need to do this. I'm already 100 years late.
Oof.
I can't watch you do this to yourself. I'm not coming tomorrow.
Yeah, the thing is if you don't succeed and you push it and it doesn't work,
then there's nothing.
And that's it.
I have never known my brother to regret anything.
Father's realized how important family is to him. He cares about me.
I think it may not be for the reasons you imagine.
You don't know anything.
Things are not always what they seem.
I think you are exactly what you seem. A lazy, mistrustful, shallow old man who's always been jealous of his brother.
Ouch.
It's the one guy that's had your back the whole series.
He's got to know that that's a young, emotional kid talking. I don't think I've ever seen his full back and back of arm tattoos.
Not when he was riding the giant goldfish.
Oh,
What
yeah.
can you
And
say?
Sokka's hair down. Is that the
knows
first
better
time
than
we've
you?
seen Sokka like that?
I think so.
I think that's the first time I've ever seen Sokka's hair down.
Don't leave without me.
You've changed your mind.
Is Zuko's voice different in this one? Or is it just me?
I mean, you got to figure that if there was a small break, the person who did the voice could
that's
change
true.
a little if they were, around the right age.
Will ever be able to trigger it on purpose. I can only reach the Avatar state when I'm in genuine danger.
I was afraid you'd say that.
Oh, boy.
Attack the Avatar!
So then he attacks
This
you guys.
dude is
in the Avatar
whack. I don't like this guy one bit.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, they're going to hurt his friends, and that's what's going to cause him to,
Yeah,
watch.
that's a good call, yeah. The uncle's not trusting
No,
us.
he knows something sketchy.
Welcome. Set our course for home, Captain.
We're taking the prisoners home.
Ah, you blew it.
You lied to me!
Like I've never done that before.
I wonder what crazy thing they're trying now.
Jeez, so she doesn't even know.
Maybe we should just make sure Aang's okay.
He's trying to force Aang into the Avatar state.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Maybe you can avoid me, but she can't.
Oh, you're about to piss him off right quick.
Yeah. Quicksand.
This dude's a dick.
You don't need to do this!
I do.
Oh,
It worked.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
moron.
what'd you think was gonna
he's
happen?
gonna be going towards?
yeah.
Let's go!
Oof.
Boy, she doesn't even look like she's working hard.
Bro, she can use lightning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There it was.
Oh, he can do it too?
Just kicked her off the boat.
Gave her the old boot ski.
Yeah, just fucking. You don't mess with Uncle.
Your friend is safe.
Oh, he is wrecking shop.
It's time you learned. The Avatar state is a defense mechanism. The glow is the combination of all your past lives. In the Avatar state, you are at your most powerful, but you are also at your most vulnerable. If you are killed in the Avatar state, the reincarnation cycle will be broken, and the Avatar will cease to exist.
Kind of a big deal.
That's a major deal.
Yeah,
A little bit of
and
damage
you
to
can't
the
blame
place.
yourself for that. You didn't do that.
I hope you never have to see me like that again.
We just have to find out a way to control you when you're like that.
Oh,
Do you still want an escort to Omashu?
I think we're all set.
Dingbats.
Anyone who harbors these traitors will face the wrath of the Fire Lord.
I think we're safe here.
Cutting off the top knot.
didn't we see that in the Last Samurai? When they were in the city? Yeah, remember?
Yeah, that's what
they were in the city. They surrounded him and
Yeah,
they took his sword and they cut off his
hair. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
There you
that
have
was the first episode
The new chapter?
of the new chapter of chapter 2, and
book 2.
Book 2, yeah. And obviously we saw Aang in the Avatar state again. See, this is kind of what I was worried about. Now all the other nations are going to see him as this weapon that they can use for their own devices that they want to do. So now, who does Aang truly able to trust now? If everybody's going to want him for his power, plus he's still a young kid, even though he's 112. He can be impressionable, emotional. It's just a very dangerous situation for Aang to be in. And now we, of course, have the prince and his uncle on the run from his sister and pretty much the rest of the Fire Nation. Yeah, so and very symbolic there. We caught it at the end because we just did Last Samurai recently, where they cut their hair, I guess, to kind of symbolize that they're done with the Fire Nation. They're on their own now. They're essentially have to cover their own backs. There's nobody else they can count on. So this was a really good episode in terms of setting up the next chapter or the next book that we're on.
Well, of course, you got to see the uncle, my man. The uncle show off his power that he could easily harness the lightning and shoot her off into the distance and then just easily take care of her. And like I said, you'll see that she's as bad. She's worse than the admiral that we just got rid of. And she's coming now for Aang and now even her brother and uncle. So it's going to be a lot of fun seeing this. And it's going to be a lot of fun with you guys watching as well.
How many times have we seen the story of you have this bad leader or dictator that you need to take out, you need to get rid of them, and then the person that steps forward and fills their spot is just as bad, if not worse. That's what we have here. We didn't see General Zhao shooting any lightning bolts from anywhere. However, as the answer brought up, it's interesting that we also didn't previously know that the uncle that had that sort of power. We just saw him with the firebending. So interesting learning that the uncle, a little bit more powerful than we might have previously thought. Look, he's comic relief in this entire story. He is the voice of wisdom and reason for Zuzu. But he is also a badass. It was interesting that they really took kind of this U-turn. Now, all the allies that Aang and Katara and Sokka have previously run into have generally been people with kind of their heads and their hearts in the right place, been very welcoming. And this guy was the first example we've seen of somebody who does not care about Aang. He just cares 100% about harnessing his power, so much so that he's willing to risk him and his friends to try to get it out. And then like, oh, this is great. Now we just need to figure out how to harness it. It's like, dude, he's very clear that at least at this point, he's not in control of what he's damaging when he goes into that state. So I thought that was interesting, kind of a tale of, people wanting to use powers for the wrong reason. And, it's the first time I've thought, well, it's everybody against the Fire Nation, but is it? Is it really? Yeah. Is it really everybody against the Fire Nation, or is the Fire Nation the people that have the most power? Yep. Like, if this guy used Aang to take out the Fire Nation, anybody watching this trust that this guy is going to be the good guy? Just gives me flashbacks to Hunger Games. We need to take out Snow. Oh, by the way, we have an interim president. And when the country's in a better mental state, then we'll have a free election.
Yep.
Right. So, man, they did not waste any time getting into serious issues. And I think it's pretty safe to say that we're not going back to kind of the lighthearted stories that we got when we were first introduced to Aang and the crew in the beginning of Book 1. But a very interesting start to Book 2, and I'm excited to see where it goes.
Well, there you have it. So for Appleton Oak, that's Mason Quinn. I'm, of course, the answer. We'll catch you on the next one, guys.
It's interesting that Avatar, it'll say book and chapter 2, but Netflix actually says E2. It does say episode. Yeah. It does say episode.
Look at there.
Look, he's got his hair down.
There's your shirtless
so
scenes.
You're showing me the activist form. Let me see your stance. See, if you move them closer together, you protect your center.
Yeah, I got it. Yeah, I got it. Right.
He's sweating and blushing.
You make a fine octopus, pupil Aang.
Don't fall in
In
love
Hawaii?
with the traveling girl. She'll leave you broke.
No.
She'll leave you broken hearted.
I'm Chong, and this is my wife Lily. We're nomads.
I'm a nomad.
Hey, me too.
This guy was at a fish concert or something.
I didn't find anything to eat. This is impossible. Uncle.
Wow, look at that.
Yeah.
Its leaves make a tea so delicious it's heartbreaking. Oh, it's the white jade bush, which is poisonous.
I'm going fishing.
She's braiding us hair.
These guys have been everywhere.
Well, not everywhere, little arrowhead.
They said they'll take us to see a giant nightcrawler.
There's a waterfall that creates a never-ending rainbow.
These guys.
We need to get to Omashu.
You gotta focus less on the where and more on the going.
So Aang can learn earthbending somewhere safe.
Well, sounds like you're headed to Omashu. Through the mountains.
Luckily, you got a buffalo that can just go over the mountains.
Two lovers forbidden from one eye.
Sokka's not having this.
And a mountain divides them apart. Secret tunnel.
Wait, is that a fourth guy? Was he there before?
Yeah, they're there.
Wait, I'm so confused. I thought it was just the three.
They need Belushi to come smash this guy's guitar.
Thanks for the help, but Appa hates going underground. And we need to do whatever makes Appa most comfortable.
Launch! Secret love cave. Let's go.
Why are they all covered in?
Oh, they're
because they just got attacked.
Burned, yeah.
Oh, that was okay. I thought that was a flashback, but that was an actual scene.
Yeah.
Okay.
When the rash spreads to my throat, I will stop breathing.
We need to get help.
But where are we going to go?
Earth Kingdom it is. How far are we from the tunnel?
Actually, it's not just one tunnel. They built a whole labyrinth. I'm sure we'll figure it out.
Trust in love, according to the curse.
The curse.
Keeps getting better and better.
There's no way we're going through some cursed hole.
So all you need is to trust in love to get through these caves?
That is correct.
I want to know who does this guy's voice.
We can make it.
Appa's
He
not
ain't happy about that.
Oh, they got these things back
More of
out.
those things.
It's too dangerous. Haven't you heard the song?
Of course they've heard the song.
Grappling hooks. Yep.
Well, they got to stay in there now.
It's okay, Appa. We'll be fine.
All we need is a plan. Chong, how long do those torches last?
About 2 hours each.
And we have 5 torches, so that's 10 hours.
Doesn't work like that.
Jesus, she lights them all up.
We should be able to solve it like a maze and get through.
You two must not be from around here. We know better than to touch the white jade.
Whoa, he's looking rough.
Yes, we're travelers.
Do you have names?
I'm Lee, and this is my uncle, Mushi.
We just call him Junior.
Mushi and Junior. Look like you could use a good meal.
Scratching.
We need to be moving on.
My mom always makes too much roast duck.
Where do you live exactly?
You can't tell him roast duck.
This doesn't make any sense. We already came through this way.
We don't need a map. We just need love.
There's only one explanation. The tunnels are changing.
My daughter tells me you're refugees. We were once refugees ourselves.
The Fire Nation raided our farming.
Oh, jeez.
That was the last time I saw my father.
I haven't seen my father in many years.
Is he fighting in the war?
Well.
Yeah.
It must be the curse.
Everyone be quiet. Listen.
Oh, wasn't ready for that right out of the break.
No! It's a wolf bat!
Oh.
No.
Oh. Oh, Appa.
That's not good.
Yeah, it's no use. We're separated, but at least you have us.
Can I join you? I know what you've been through. Fire Nation has hurt you. It's okay. They've hurt me too.
The prince is gonna start to change a little bit, maybe?
Don't let the cave-in get you down, Sokka.
Aang, look! We found the exit.
Oh, Apple's gonna take it out.
Pays to have a flying bison.
Is that just another cavern?
It's a tomb.
It's the lovers, I bet.
Oh, they didn't build a tunnel. They dug out a tomb.
It must be the 2 lovers from the legend.
These pictures tell their story. They met on top of the mountain that divided their 2 villages. The villages were enemies, so they could not be together. The 2 lovers learned earthbending from the badger moles. They became the first earthbenders. They built elaborate tunnels so that they could meet secretly. But one day, the man didn't come. He died in the war between their 2 villages. Devastated, the woman unleashed a terrible display of her earthbending power. She declared the war over. Both villages helped her build a new city where they would live together in peace.
I like how they're changing up the animation a little bit on this one.
The great city was named Omashu. Love is brightest in the dark.
Your plans have led us to another dead end.
At least I'm thinking of ideas.
I've had an idea for like an hour now.
We're all thinking of ideas.
If love is the key out of here, all we need to do is play a love song.
How are we gonna find our way out of
The love song.
Never mind, it's too crazy.
It's gonna be a kiss.
And here it says, love is brightest in the dark. It has a picture of them kissing. kissed.
Us kissing?
He's like, finally.
What was I thinking?
I definitely wouldn't want to kiss you.
Oh, whoops.
I didn't realize it was such a horrible option.
If it was a choice between kissing you and dying,
Oh.
rather kiss you than die. That's a compliment.
Well, I'm not sure which I would rather do.
What is wrong with me?
Oh, no, poor buddy.
Aang.
It brings me joy to see someone eat my cooking with such gusto.
Much practice. Junior, where are your manners? You need to thank these nice people.
I know you don't think there's any hope left in the world, but there is hope. The Avatar has returned.
I know.
Couple more legs, it'd be like our boy Buckbeak.
Yeah.
These people just showed you great kindness.
They're about to show us a little more kindness.
Still, bro.
They steal their steed.
Come on, dude.
He's not ready to turn the corner yet. He's not ready yet.
We're gonna
It's
run
gonna
out
happen,
of light
though.
any second now, aren't we?
I think so.
And what are we gonna do?
Wow. I mean, got a couple of ideas.
Sometimes when we touch. Can we get some air supply?
My endless love.
Yeah.
Of course, they're not going to show us.
My love. My endless love. Endless love.
See, it worked.
They were trying to get away from something.
Badger moles.
The badgers. We don't need no stinking badgers.
Those are badger moles because they earthbend.
Oh, they're going to like the music, right?
Those things are music lovers.
Come on, guys, help me out.
It's made of some kind of crystal.
That's how the two lovers found each other. They just put out their lights and followed the crystals.
Oh, they were still holding hands there for a little bit.
Uh-huh.
So,
let's go.
Brutal. Oh, man.
Don't leave me behind.
Come on.
Oh, that's from the gift. That's the one I always send.
He's riding one.
I think that kid might be the Avatar.
That's why.
That's why.
are you guys gonna come to Omashu with us?
Nope.
Okay.
All right.
I hope you learned a little something about not letting the plans get in the way of the journey.
Just play your songs.
Hey, good plan! Even if you're lost, you can't lose the love because...
I present to you the Earth Kingdom city of Oh no.
Fire Nation took it over already?
Oh, no.
You remember they had those hot air balloons from that one episode. They got the technology. I wonder if they used those to get up there.
Oh, no.
You remember they had those hot air balloons from that one episode. They got the technology. I wonder if they used those to get up there.
They learned it.
All right.
Oh,
That was
there you go.
that was the second episode of book two of Avatar, and that was kind of a fun episode. We got the kind of the comedy from I'll just call them either the Grateful Dead groupies or the fish groupies that following them around, and that was a lot of fun. But again, we did get a little bit of a lesson there in not letting where you're headed become the overriding goal of what you're trying to do, and just enjoy the ride while you're going along. So that was a lot of fun, and the little cliffhanger at the end there, we saw that the Fire Nation already got to Omashu. Thanks, Answer. And so I'm kind of wondering how they got there. Did they use some of that technology that they got from the air balloons? Because the benefit that we have is we get to see all these episodes, so many in a row. We don't have to wait. So some of these ideas are fresh in our minds a little bit. I know we forget a few things, but some things like that are still kind of fresh. So it makes you wonder. But yeah, Aang and Katara. Who knows where that's gonna go? I know these two guys love a good shipping romance, so we'll see what happens.
To shut your mouth. Yeah, this was great to see. You know, you wanted a nice, fun story. Well, there it was. I mean, we got the nice comic relief from, as you call them, fish, and they told, you know, the story of the tunnels, where all you do need is a love, and love can always guide you. Then, obviously, at the end of the game was like, hey, don't let the destination get in the way of the journey, which is always a good one to have too. And you got to see Aang and Katara, maybe budding romance. Who knows? I mean,
she's his trainer.
So, I mean, yeah, you don't fall in love with your trainer, right? But other than that, then you got to finally see your gif of Appa.
The gif where Appa takes the big back bump.
The big back. Because, you know, he does not like caves. He likes to fly. So it was a lot of fun on this one and a great way to kick off the second book with the second episode.
Man, I tell you what, I got to be honest. Like, I started kind of feeling a little bit bad for our Prince Zuko. I mean, Zuko.
Yep.
It just feels like, you know, he spent so much time in the first book going after the Avatar, just hoping that that would win him redemption with his father. And ironically enough, his failure in achieving that mission, which he wasn't given, remind you, as far as I remember, he was never given a mission to find the Avatar. He thought that if he did, he would win back his father's respect and love and be unbanished. Not only did he not get the Avatar, but he finds out from his sister that his father is so upset that they were going to imprison them to prevent further embarrassment. So now he's back out. And not only does his father not approve of what he's doing, he's embarrassed by it. And it's just really taking its toll on him. Of course, you know, it's a really cool story with the uncle, right? Because Zuko's doing like so much stuff to bother the uncle, but the uncle is just trying to keep everything in perspective, like somebody who's older and wiser, you hope would for a young man. Because Zuko's only like 15 or 16 years.
Yeah, taking around that age.
He's a teenager, and it's like, you know, when you're a younger man or younger woman, you know, those teenage years, you know, when your hormones are going wild, you're very emotionally unstable, yet you're looking so much for that approval from your parents. It's a tough time. And so, you know, this kid's going through, look, I know it's an animated series and we're kind of getting deep into the story, but it's a good story. And the kid's going through a lot, and it's like he just had two complete strangers show him and his uncle so much kindness. They helped bathe them, they gave them clothes, they fed them,
medicine,
and like then Zuko went and stole their one of their animals, and the girl didn't even run after and yell. She was just sad, you know, like that. I think that probably hit me the hardest. Like she wasn't like, "Hey, you're stealing our animal." She was just sad, and it's like when you show somebody as much compassion as you do and they do that, it's kind of like you're either sad that you feel like maybe you shouldn't have been, you know, so kind and that you were gullible or whatever.
Open,
or sometimes I think maybe she just feels really sad that somebody else is hurting that bad and like they're in that bad of a spot that even after all that, you know, they're still willing to do that. So Zuko's story here is a really tough one, and it's starting to get pretty emotional. I really loved the journey through the cave, the hippies, the flower children, whatever you want to call them, and I think that's just a really just general good lesson for life. You worry too much on the destination, you kind of forget about the journey, and that's not a new story or a new lesson. You know, we hear that it's not about when you were born and when you died, the dash in between. I mean, it's basically that story, but it was cool. Aang and Katara with the kiss. It's so, you know, because it doesn't quite. I think this is the first time we saw Katara like really starting to blush. You know, because you know previously she was very much,
and he almost ruined it.
She was putting him in the friend zone, and you know he's got his romantic interests in her, and this is the first time that she blushed, and he gets so nervous, and you know, it's as guys, it's like there's sometimes that women throw out like the clearest signs, and sometimes we just like you don't get it, you know. And
You ruined it.
It only takes
You
a
ruined it,
moment.
damn it.
It only takes a moment, you know. And I had one. Sure, you stayed this long. A quickish story. I had one time I was bouncing at a bar. I was young, and look, this wasn't like the most romantic thing ever, but there was a very attractive young woman there, who this guy was like, you know, bothering her. And I was, you know, even in my early 20s, I was still a pretty big guy, and you know, had a lot of hair on my head and whatnot. But you know, he was bothering her. She was very clearly uncomfortable. I was bouncing. It was the end of the night, and this is a girl that had come in a handful of times, I had a little bit of a crush on. And I went up and, you know, I told the guy to kick rocks in a kind of roundabout way, to leave her alone, you know, and
I never forgave him.
And she was like, oh my God, thank you. He's been bothering me. I didn't know what to say, but she's like, I don't know whether she's like, you know, kind of like the I owe you big time, you know, I'll have to repay you, you know.
Yeah,
and it's like,
that?
I never want to be the guy like where, you know, there's so many guys out there that just like any signal, oh, she smiled at me. Like there's that meme with the butterfly and the guy like, bartender says hi to you. Is this love? You know, like, so I never wanted to be that guy where anytime a woman was nice, but it was like, she was like, oh my God, thank you. I owe you big time. I'll have to get you one back for it, you know? And like, she kind of stood there and I was like, welp, okay. You know, and I have to clean up. And,
I gotta go get this mop.
And, like, all right, gotta clean up the and I'm usually pretty. I don't know if it was because like I had a crush on her, but like it was a very relatable like moment. You're like, thank you so much, you know, and I'm like, okay.
Did you
and like
say,
the second I said
did you say that it was the decision was either die or kiss her?
No,
you know?
but that's the second I remember. The second I was like, okay, cool. Like you could see her face kind of be like, wait, what? Like, and so this was like, this gave me like bad deja vu. Like, oh my God. It's like took me back to, this is the early 2000s. This is like probably 02 or 03. And it still sticks me to this day. Like, yeah, all you need is love. And I liked it. It was an interesting tale of two stories that ended with another like cliffhanger.
Mm-hmm.
Like the Fire Nation has already been there, and have they been there because of Sokka's flap invention on the hot air balloon? And it's like, yeah, you may have helped out. You may have helped out one person, but you know, you showed the Fire Nation, you know, and like it's a very interesting point with military weaponry, you know, like you develop something that helps you. Well, the second somebody else gets their hands on that technology and has the capability to mass produce it, might not be good.
Yeah. Then it's Dunzo. Just like this is Dunzo. So for Appleton Oak,
waiting for that.
That's Mason Quinn. I'm, of course, the answer. We'll see you on the next one, pals.
Yeah, there's the Fire Nation took over.
Oh, they toasted that place.
Mashu always seemed untouchable. But we have to move on. I'm going in to find Boomy.
Aang, stop.
There are other people who can teach you earthbending.
This is about finding my friend.
Nice.
A secret passage? Why didn't we just use this last time?
What is this, like Shawshank?
Oh, no.
Yeah,
Sokka's getting the worst of it.
She's using water and he has nothing. He's effed.
That wasn't as bad as I thought.
His face.
And dry him off. There you go. Ugh.
Stop making so much noise.
Hey!
We were just on our way home.
Wait, what's the matter with him?
He has pentapox.
I think I've heard of pentapox. Didn't your cousin Chang die of it?
He's coughing on him.
Burn our
clothes.
It's like Tommy Boy. Bees. Are you allergic to bees? Me too.
I need a small elite team. It's time to visit some old friends.
Dominic Toretto.
The Expendables.
That too.
Dominic Toretto.
I need your help. I need your team.
Let's find Boomy and get out of here.
Where would they be keeping it?
Somewhere made of metal.
That's a lot of metal they're putting together.
There really is no fathoming the depths of my hatred for this place.
We're like royalty here. Be happy and enjoy it.
The targets are approaching. Take them out.
That looked like our our earthbending guy from the last episode.
Oh.
Whoops.
Why?
Whoa. Just throw arrows out of her hands?
That was pretty badass. They're starting to do like when they're running, like the background graphics and stuff like that. Okay.
Yeah, they busted up that scaffolding. Some contractor's gonna have to come in on Monday and be like, what happened?
Azula! It is so good to see you. What is the daughter of a nobleman doing?
Big thing like the big bear.
I would be honored if you would join me on my mission. I'm really happy here. My aura has never been pinker.
Everything is very pink there. The tents, the flags, the outfits.
I'm going to catch your show. Yeah, sure.
Huh. I wonder what her skills are.
Is he leading the resistance?
Of course not. King Boomy surrendered.
Wait, what?
He looked me in the eye and said,
I'm going to do nothing.
This guy.
Whoa.
That's
I forgot that. I forgot that was him.
Now's the time to retreat so you can live to fight another day.
Living to fight another day is starting to sound pretty good to me.
Hey, you can regroup and plan, raise a bigger army.
Fine. How are we going to get them all out?
You're all about to come down with a nasty case of pentapox. The marks make you look sick, but you gotta act sick too. Oh, now that's what I'm talking about.
I think he really is sick.
Peg leg.
Oh, or not. Jesus, nice.
What are you doing? I'm not leaving until I find Boomy.
Oh, remember, this is one of his best friends as a kid. You know?
Yeah. The Walking Dead.
Flag!
Bring out your dead. Bring out your dead.
You gotta be careful they don't take you all out and burn you.
Yeah, because they're so sick.
It must have spread. Pentapox. I'm pretty sure I've heard of that.
They've all like, yeah, I think I know that.
Drive them out of the city. We have to rid the city of this disease.
Where's the baby heading off to?
Yeah, not much for railings there.
Flopsy!
The Wheel of Pain?
Remember Flopsy?
That's what it looked like.
That's what that thing is.
Yeah.
They've got him chained to it. Oh.
You gotta help me find Boomy. Yep, yep.
Doesn't fly? Oh. All seeds.
Uh-oh.
Yep.
Oh, shit.
Oh, jeez. Baby on a ledge. Oh.
Oh, biting the tail.
Okay, that's not good.
Come on, Momo.
He's tapping. Kid's gonna follow him out.
No.
And then it's gonna be a huge problem of where'd the baby go.
Set the net on fire.
Of course, princess.
Yeah, look at that huge crowd.
Oh.
No pressure.
Someone seems a little vindictive.
Our circus boasts the most exotic assortment.
Release them all.
All of them.
That's not going to end good at all.
Ooh.
You looked everywhere. No Boomy.
Aw.
Did someone get left behind?
We have an extra. So, the resistance has kidnapped my son.
All right.
Maybe you should have kept your eyes on him.
What an exquisite performance.
The universe is giving me strong hints that it's time for a career change. I want to join you on your mission.
Well, the universe, huh?
Mm-hmm.
No, bad Fire Nation, baby.
Bad Fire Nation, baby.
Oh, you're so cute.
Unimpressed.
Uh-oh.
Messenger Hawk.
It's from the Fire Nation governor. He thinks we kidnapped his son. He wants to make a trade. His son for King Boomy.
Hey, there you go. That worked out. Sure, it's not that easy.
Wow. That was quite the coincidence.
I'm sure the governor wants his son back as much as we want Boomy. I have a good feeling about this.
It's great to see you, May. I need you both. Anything to get me out of this place.
You've come to Amashu at a difficult time.
Yes, I'm so sorry to hear about your son.
Are you?
You're making a mess of things. May will handle the hostage trade, so you don't have a chance to mess it up.
Ouch.
I am renaming it in honor of my father, the city of New Ozai.
Okay.
Well, she's on a power trip, huh?
Big time.
Hi, everybody!
We're trading a 2-year-old for a king. Just doesn't seem like a fair trade.
Oh, come on.
See?
You're right. The deal's off. The Avatar. My lucky day.
I don't think so.
Hey, is that you?
We're gonna get you out of here.
Looks a lot like Superman's doing.
Yeah.
Gotta get the baby out of here.
Way ahead of you.
Oh, punch to the foot.
Oh.
You know, if they can get Boomy, why don't they just leave the baby for him?
Now hold on just a minute.
Oh.
I need to talk to you.
She get taken out? Not a chance.
But she's got knives and arrows coming out of everywhere.
Got those sleeves stocked up pretty good. Oh. Pressure point attack.
Yep.
How are you gonna fight without your bending?
There you go. I think we forget how powerful.
Is there a reason why Appa doesn't just do the old beaver slap with the tail once in a while and just end a few people?
Our ride's here.
Oh no, they dropped him.
Oh, that had to be a hard landing.
Oh.
You can earthbend?
They didn't cover my face.
Why did you surrender when Omashu was invaded?
There are options in fighting called jing.
There's positive jing when you're attacking and negative jing when you're retreating.
Neutral jing. When you do nothing.
There are 3 jings?
Technically, there are 85.
I guess I need to find someone else to teach me earthbending.
Your teacher will be someone who has mastered neutral jing. I'll see you where the time is right.
He's going back.
So we're tracking down your brother and uncle, huh?
Oh, wait a minute.
What do we have here? There you go. Well, we found out what happened to Boomy, and it turns out he had a plan all along, despite looking like he's totally insane. It's like, don't worry about it; it'll be fine. But you know, another great episode where they're really driving it home on Aang that like you need to take your time, have patience, you know, regroup. They talked about it with the other Earth Nation guys in the cave. Like, hey, you know, take your moment, go back, regroup, get a plan. You can maybe raise a better army, you know, and then strike. There's no point in going in when you don't have the resources anyways if you're just going to lose. And, Boomy kind of hit on that too. And so I think that was kind of the overwhelming or the overreaching theme rather that we saw in this one is, you know, don't rush into things, make a plan, execute it. And that's been kind of a theme we've been seeing with Aang here in the last couple of episodes where he needs to learn to not jump headstrong into things and, potentially make a mistake. And of course, a little bit of possible romance with the princess and our favorite
May. Well, she's like the quote unquote princess of Mushin, now New Azula or whatever.
Yeah. So little something going on with her and the prince of the Fire Nation, who knows where his story's going to end up. I think he's going to end up making a positive turn down the road, but we will see.
As you got to see Azula come in and be the manipulative little, what I said she would be, which I know you're going to end up saying by the end of this. Look, it was one of her good friends who wanted to spend her life in the circus, and she got her to change her mind some way, somehow. But then also you saw the great way with how Sokka is still coming up with great ideas. And obviously King Boomy is always one step ahead. And we got to see Floppy again. So that was pretty nice to see.
Well, for being her friend, she started the net on fire and released all these.
Yeah, that was a little aggressive. Like, oh, set the net on fire and release all the most dangerous animals that you have. Like, all right, like, just relax. This was a good episode. I liked the lesson about living to fight another day. When you're as talented and as powerful as somebody like Aang, and young and relatively inexperienced for the most part, sometimes it's easy to just want to go gangbusters and, you know, lower your shoulders and drive your feet and go to work. And, you know, sometimes that's not always the best option, even though it's, you know, it's a tough one. You know, I mean, sometimes regardless, you know, of what you're getting into, sometimes passion can you know, kind of take over reason, and you know, we saw that almost happen. I really liked Bumi's lesson of waiting and listening before striking. And it's funny because this story is about a battle. It's this fictional story about, you know, everybody versus the Fire Nation. But man, if that's not true for just like everything in life, wait, listen, plan, think, rethink, and just try to evaluate things from a couple different angles before you go and make any sort of drastic decisions or, you know, something that you may end up regretting down the road. So some really cool lessons. It's interesting that they threw obviously some sort of romantic hint in between May and Zuko, which they're hunting him down. So how is that going to play out when she actually finds him, which I'm assuming we will. That should be interesting. And we know her other friend loves the uncle. So this really interesting dynamic. She went and got the three girls. One is, you know, obviously had something going with her brother, and the other loves her uncle. So, you know, how do you get them to turn against them if you're hunting them down? That's going to be interesting. But I really love the depth that we're starting to get out of this show, and like these lessons that you wouldn't typically expect to see in an animated series, and lessons that you can pull from an animated series about battle and kind of just apply them to every aspect of your life. So another really solid episode here for Book 2, Chapter 3.
Yeah, and the animation is definitely improving too. I know you hit on that in the episode, and it definitely seems like it's improving and getting a little bit different. But we've seen that before, where in certain episodes they'll change up the animation whether they're telling a story or whatever. So, so that's
dream
cool.
sequences or telling
ancient
story.
I appreciate some of the different animation. You know, obviously when they were running, we saw kind of like the background doing the blur thing. But I honestly, with this story, I don't know that it needs it. You know, so I'm not like, you know, talking bad about it. Like, oh, that's unnecessary. You know, but I don't think with this particular story, I think whatever animation we had earlier on, even in the first book, in the first few episodes or chapters rather, I think was good enough because the story holds so much weight on its own. The animation is kind of just, it's almost like a picture book,
it's
right?
Like a cherry on top.
It's like a picture book where like you're flipping through, you're learning the story, you see a few images so you can get an idea of what's happening. You know, people who are very visual like myself, even having something to where I can tie it to the story is important. But so definitely some changes in the animation, but I don't think this show needs to necessarily overthink the animation.
Yeah, and we keep seeing new creatures as well, which is kind of cool.
That I like. He tried doing the yip yip, and well, I thought you meant with the big beast, like yip yip, and the thing was like, wait, what?
That doesn't work. And then, know what he said? He said, "Let's go," and it worked.
He was doing the wheel of pain. So for those of you who aren't familiar, so in that scene where it was chained and turning what was presumably a well. The very first Conan the Barbarian, after Arnold's character Conan is captured, they show like this aging sequence of him walking around and pushing a very, very similar device. So very cool to see. Where actually they have for the Arnold Strongman Classic, Rogue Fitness, who's very involved in the Arnold Strongman, one of the big sponsors. They built a life-size wheel of pain for these guys to push that weighs like 20,000 pounds. So for me, really cool to see that in an animated movie.
Had something to do with that.
Some Conan, right? So they got the guy who was in Conan
and the wheel.
And the Wheel of Pain. So definitely some Conan-inspired stuff. Just drop a comment below if you caught the Wheel of Pain. I'm interested to see how many other people caught that one.
All right. So there you have it. For Appleton Oak, Mason Quinn, I'm, of course, the answer. We'll catch you on the next one, pals.
I feel so relaxed when we watch these. You know, it's just like, I'm back with my friends.
Hey,
Aang
see the
and-
mask?
Is that the one that he wears?
Yep.
We're royalty. These people should be giving us whatever we want.
They will if you ask nicely. The coin is appreciated, but not as much as your smile.
How about some entertainment?
It's a long, long wait.
Let's see some action. Dance.
Lake is
Jesus.
He's gonna dull his swords doing that.
Not if you get the right angle.
That's true.
Nothing like a fat man dancing for his dinner.
Such a kind man.
He'll get his, I bet. Here we are, back with my friends. Now everything is right with the world.
Why are we going down?
I think the swamp is calling to me.
Is it telling you where we can get something to eat?
When we said to learn earthbending, I would have to wait and listen. And now I'm actually hearing the earth. Do you want me to ignore it?
Yes.
Somebody in the comments said that Aang is the kind of player that does every side quest.
Okay, since everyone feels so strongly
That's
about
awesome.
this, bye, swamp.
Uh-oh.
Oh, got a tornado?
That's not good.
No, well, so somebody airbending in the earthbending realm here? Or the earth realm? Whoa.
Oh.
Oh, man.
He
He
lowers
just
himself
floats down.
That's a long way down.
Where's Appa? Maybe Momo can start chewing through those or something.
Oh, there you go.
That's exact.
Oh!
The win.
Oh, belly flop.
Oh, he just keeps getting hung up.
We better speed things up.
Maybe we should be a little nicer to the swamp.
Aang, these are just plants.
Maybe you should listen to Aang. Something about this place feels alive.
We need to find Appa as fast as we can.
All right, Aang, do your thing and find them.
Oh, he's gonna walk instead of fly so he doesn't get hung up.
Hail. He's KO'd Momo.
We'll have to make camp for the night. Look, there's nothing supernatural going on here.
Jesus.
The longer we're here, the more I think you shouldn't be doing that.
No, I asked the swamp. It said this was fine.
Does anyone else get the feeling that we're being watched?
Please, we're all alone out here.
All right, who's watching them here?
Uh-oh.
See, was just going for Sokka, though.
Well, no.
Maybe not.
Not so much.
Oh, there you go.
No.
Oh, now they're all split up.
Guys?
Who are these guys?
Something with 6 legs. Pretty big ones, too.
They're in the American South?
You know what's at the end of that trail? Dinner.
Uh-oh. Well, Frogger.
Jesus, he's flexing with Appa.
It's nice to see them two have a nice little side adventure.
Yeah.
Hello? Can you help me? Mom? I can't believe...
Dumb, ugly vines. Hello?
Oh, she's back.
Ah, the princess.
You didn't protect me.
Oh.
Katara! Hello? Hey, come back!
Let's do a little pitfall action there. Appa's on the slow boat here, it seems.
Just creeping.
Oh, boy.
Is that a little hairy fella riding that thing?
No, that's what they call a lemur.
Don't worry about, we just fixing to eat ya.
Come on.
Oh, these guys benders?
Oh, yeah, they
They
are.
are.
Who are you?
All right, everybody's back together.
All right.
I've been looking all over for you.
I was chasing some girl.
What girl?
Tell him just real subtle. Just floats back up.
I thought I saw Mom.
Look, we were all just scared and hungry, and our minds were playing tricks.
He doesn't want to say he thought he saw the princess.
I thought I saw Yue.
All our visions led us right here. It's the heart of the swamp.
It's just a tree.
Oh. The face on that thing.
I am Groot.
It does kind of look like Groot. Oh, that was an uppercut. Whoa, this thing's fast too. Get out of there, Sokka.
I like the little banjo music.
Yeah.
Oh, is this the first time we've seen Appa like run like that?
Yeah. Oh.
No.
Oh, I got him back.
Oh no.
Ooh, that'll work. I'm thinking you got to get that mask.
Oh,
there's somebody inside
sharp.
there. Yeah, slicing and dicing.
There's someone in there.
What?
He's bending the vine.
There you go. Oh, I thought he'd be the mask.
Why did you call me here?
I didn't call you here.
He's the Avatar. Stuff like that happens to us a lot.
Come with me.
Well, now that you say it so
Why not?
nicely.
Yeah.
I protect the swamp from folks that want to hurt it.
Nothing mystical about it.
Is he a plant bender?
I reached enlightenment right here under the banyan grove tree. See, this whole swamp is actually just one tree spread out over miles. If you listen hard enough, you can hear every living thing breathing together.
But what did our visions mean?
In the swamp, we see visions of people we've lost.
It was someone I had never met.
You're the Avatar, you tell me.
Time is an illusion, so it's someone I will meet.
We still need to find Appa and Momo.
I think I know how to find them. Everything is connected.
Whoa, that's new.
Mm-hmm.
To keep them cat gators fed.
Cat gators.
Cat
That's-
gators,
that's what they
catfish,
were.
cat gators. Yeah.
Oh, we're under attack!
You guys are waterbenders.
That means we're kin.
She's like, what?
How you like that possum chicken?
Tastes just like Arctic hen.
Didn't know they was waterbenders anywhere but here. They got a nice swamp there, do they?
No, it's all ice and snow.
No wonder you left.
Nothing strange was going on here. Just a bunch of greasy people living in a swamp.
Greasy.
Tree showed me where Appa and Momo were.
That's Avatar stuff. That doesn't count.
Well,
Thing I can't figure out is how you made the tornado.
I can't do anything like that. I just bend the water into plants.
that's how he does
As
it.
you saw him
Yep.
picking water up on himself.
Yeah. And the water inside the plants. Yep. Oh, he's got his mask. Oh, it's always so quick. There was chapter 4, and again, this one was real interesting because we saw the little bit of Prince Zuko and his uncle, and then that was it. And obviously, we got the tease at the end where they met up, or at least the prince met up with the guy that was giving him a hard time and took care of him, no problem, just like I thought they would. But, another layer, I never thought about the water inside of plants or, being able to bend that and control it. So now my mind's thinking, well, if there's water inside a person, can you bend the person, like pull a Magneto, like with Wolverine, So that's something I guess I'm going to have to consider. But the one thing that this episode did kind of hit on for me was just, kind of like your fears and your regrets and things like that maybe holding you back a little bit. And, our crew is still kind of carrying a lot of memories and things that they had with them. And sometimes it causes them to maybe make not the best decisions. In this case, it wasn't that huge of a deal. They just kind of saw visions of people they loved or people they missed. Aang, I thought, was kind of level-headed in this episode. Wasn't necessarily jumping headlong into anything. I mean, they were attacked first by by the giant swamp monster. So, yeah, a little bit of progression with our characters here. And again, Aang with another side quest.
Well, because that's what I say. When they have these, it usually leads to a lesson. So here he learned about everything's connected. So then he figured out he can do something.
Yeah,
has another new trick
crazy
to be
new
able to,
avatar
because
power, yeah.
to realize that it's all connected and it's one big tree. And then obviously watering it so plants. Maybe that happens. Maybe there's something like that could happen in the future. I don't know. But it was a lot of fun. I liked the episode, especially I liked how Appa and Momo had their little side quests, so you got to see their little interactions and how, like, when Momo was getting mad because he couldn't sleep, and so Appa just let out a huge roar. But then Momo blowing the whistle. Oh God, I love those two characters.
What do we know what year this came out? Sorry, I lost my voice recently.
This episode, I believe, would be 06, but I'll double check for you.
So I found it very interesting that the swamp and the tree reminded me very much of the movie Avatar and the Tree of Life in the movie Avatar. Those of you who have seen it.
Didn't see it.
I'm talking about the original, not the new one that came out. So I thought that was very unique.
This premiered April 14th of 2006.
Okay, so far before the movie Avatar. So maybe the movie Avatar stole a little bit, because the movie Avatar talks about how all life is connected and the center of their entire world is this tree of life. So to see this...
Oh, so James Cameron just blatantly ripped it off then. Here I thought we were going to be doing that one for the channel, but the heck with that.
Kind of. Not the second one again. This is the first one.
Yeah.
But that's an interesting... it's an interesting concept that everything in our world is connected. I mean, if you look at the Earth as one giant organism, as opposed to a planet, and then you scale back. Like, let's say we scale really far back, and the Earth and the other planets and the galaxies are all part of something bigger. I mean, you can go the other direction and scale it down to ecosystems, and you can scale it down. Look, the human body has millions of organisms and bacteria and everything else on it. So it's a matter of like how far you want to scale it in or out. But I do like the concept that everything is connected and that things are just better in general when everything lives in harmony. So that was pretty cool. Again, I'm like, wait a minute, did James Cameron steal this? I mean, the movie goes into a lot of different subjects, but the Tree of Life and the concept that everything is connected seems a lot like they took it from this. I liked the comment on time and death being an illusion. I think I agree in that in some regards, and not so much in others. You know, depending on your belief systems about what happens when we die. Nobody really knows, but a lot of people have their own beliefs, and I guess they all have their own valid reasons why, and you have to respect that. But that was an interesting concept, and one thing that I thought was kind of like interesting was like how Zuko isn't handling the transition. He's this rich prince like on these big Navy warships, and now all he's sitting with his uncle and they're doing like begging, and he's like, oh, these people should be giving us money, blah blah blah. And it's just like, to me, and I don't know if the show is trying to touch on people who are less fortunate, but for me it was like, okay, he's getting some perspective of what it's like to be in a different situation, and he's not dealing with it so well, kind of the spoiled young kid thing. But I do still believe at some point we're going to see a redemption story from Prince Zuko. But I'm keeping my fingers crossed. But
Zuzu.
We'll see what happens with Zuzu. But another fun episode for me.
All right. So there you go for Appleton Oak, Mason Quinn. I'm, of course, the answer. We're going to catch you on that next one.